I've got this freaky approach to using FabFilter Pro MB to get my kicks to punch through thick basses. And in this sneak peek from my low-end Blueprint Masterclass, you'll see the exact settings I dial in step by step. If you enjoy this, there's a link to the full masterclass down below, and I'm just going to go straight into it. Enjoy. Alright, so now we're going to bass shapes and clarity. Now, we're going to be looking at two examples in this last module of the masterclass. The first one is going to be, again, we're on this drum and bass track, and there is a blanket of bass across the track. And there's this kick drum which has to punch through. So my goal here is to make space. Now, typically most people go sidechain, the kick to some compression, and that's okay, but you want to be, how do I put it? Like a ghost. Nobody's meant to hear that bass move out of the way, but it's meant to move out of the way. So here's exactly how I do it. And in the second example with Agung Mango's Gut, we're going to look at bass layers. So right now it's just about getting kick and bass and making sure the bass moves out of the way for the kick and vice versa. So what we're going to use for this is Pro MB. And the reason why I use Pro MB specifically for this side chaining effect is the fact we can manipulate look ahead. And look ahead's really important because you don't want the compressor to start after the transient. You want it to be able to detect ahead and start compressing a little bit before. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the key input the kick sidechain, which is, there's lots of channels here. So kick PC is there. So that's our key input. So the parallel channel send will also go to the input of this Pro MB's sidechain. We're going to set the subs here. We're going to make it external. We're going to make it external. We're going to make it free as well because we're going to be doing something interesting here. But we just want to make sure we have a lot of look ahead. There's no, like, you can definitely have way too much, but for the most part, it's pretty hard to go too hard on the look ahead, but it's very easy to go too little. So I typically try like somewhere between 8 to 10 here. We go super fast attack, super fast release, super hard knee, and then we dial it in. Here we're using dynamic phase here at the moment. My thing would be if this were in a stack, you'd go linear phase on this multiband, definitely. So the crossover's linear phase, you don't change the sum relationship, but this kick and this bass are not in a stack with one another. I'm not too concerned about that. So dynamic phase or minimum phase are both perfectly fine. Now with the external, what we're going to do is we're going to audition the kick drum and find where that transient is. I'm pretty sure this transient's around 100 to 200 hertz because that's where we set up this filter here. Remember when we were trying to get that thump? Around 100 hertz is directly where that thump is to get the most transient out of this. Okay, so that's just a simple move to make when it comes to this, so that way you can make room for a bass line and allow the kick to shine through. Super simple settings, fast attack, fast release, a good amount of look ahead, and have it minimum phase. If it's in a stack, have it linear phase. Simple as that. And this is just one of many techniques and practices I share in the Low-End Blueprint Masterclass. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down in the description below. Otherwise, feel free to watch any of these videos to help you through your mixing journey. Take care.